Hello everyone. Well, I decided to do a few videos, a little series of what I call shortcuts to playing better, even though there isn't really totally a shortcut to everything. There's some little things I picked up on the way during my career and practicing over the years, which I think will speed up somebody's playing level. And one of the ones I was going to start with first is actually something I noticed quite a few years ago. And I used to look out for what is common to the greatest players, and that all sound very, very good. They might be very different. They might be bluesy, country, rock, fusion, heavy metal, you name it. All of these people had certain basic things, I would say, kind of musically in a way, but also technique wise, that made them sound very, very good. And one of the things I really noticed, if you got players like Eric Clapton, Hendrix, etc., they part of their technique that I realized that made them sound very, very good was their vibrato and when they bent strings. They all one of the things with bending strings, the tuning was very, very good. All these players had very, very good tuning. So that's one of the first things I'm going to look at to improve your playing, to work on that. The other thing I noticed was, like I say, their vibrato. And what I realized, what made all these various players, they might have very different kinds of vibrato. If you took somebody like B.B. King, he has quite a shallow, fast-ish vibrato. And then some of the heavy metal players, they have a very wide and slower kind of vibrato. And you've got all these players like fusion and different kind of styles, and different individuals have everything in between. But what I noticed was common to all these people was a kind of consistency of waveform, I call it. So if you imagine on an oscilloscope or something like that, with a wave, however fast or wide or shallow, in other words, a narrow change of the wave, it was quite consistent. Now you could speed up or slow down the vibrato during a note. That's something different, but still there was a kind of smoothness, if you like, to it. And certainly in the basic vibrato, any of these players, they had a consistency of waveform. It wasn't erratic. So if it was fast, it would be on a picture of it, it would be a very consistent waveform. If it was slower, again, it would be consistent. A wide one, like some heavy metal players use, the waveform would be consistent. It wouldn't be erratic. So I worked out a little exercise which actually incorporates both bends and vibrato to very, very quickly. It needs a bit of practice, of course, but will very, very quickly up your ability in both bends and vibrato. And that can make somebody sound better straight away without doing anything else. Obviously, you have to play the right notes and things like that. But certainly, like the quality of your sound and the way a listener would appreciate what you're playing, they would notice the difference. People, sometimes even non-musicians, they don't know what it is different that somebody's doing. They hear a difference, they perceive a difference, even though if they don't know what it is. This is one of the first things I would say is a shortcut. And here's the exercise. So if you take at somewhere like the 5th fret, you could take the 2nd or 3rd string, the B string or the G string, and I would take, first of all, a finger that is stronger. for example, well, actually, I'll show you the whole exercise, because in fact, the way I ended up doing it was on every finger, so I may as well show you that. So if you took the third string, we're going to bend, put your first finger on the 5th fret there. We're going to start with a tone. So you have to, you can measure it up to the 3rd fret on the 2nd string, going up a tone from C to D. So I do it with my first finger like that. Then on the next fret up, 2nd finger, you're trying to pitch it in an exact tone. 3rd finger, the next fret. 4th finger, the next fret. And then down to the 3rd finger again. 2nd finger. 1st finger. Now the thing about this is, to make it effective, is I would say start with a medium kind of speed. And if you do it to a rhythm, you can do it to a metronome like this. Okay, for your bends. For vibrato, in other words, you're doing a waveform, trying to keep it consistent. The idea is to get the control. If you do it something like a medium speed for the vibrato, and then obviously you can speed it up, slow it down and so forth. Then I would take, rather than a tone, I'd do a semitone. For your bends, for your vibrato. Etc. Then you could try different speeds. Obviously you can do less than a semitone for a vibrato. I think if you work on this exercise, your bends and your vibrato, whatever speed, etc. that you do for your vibrato, it will improve it and your bends will become more accurate. Okay, I'll be doing some more, so see you on the next one.